Having data is a great first step, but it doesn't mean much until you analyze it. After the analysis is complete, the next step is then share and communicate that information with parents and other teachers. And one of the easiest ways to do this is to visually represent the data, and you can do that in sheets with graphs and charts. And what that does is it allows you to make valuable comparisons and see what students need to work on. Plus, it's just a great way to get a quick overview of your data. Now, most of you are familiar with line graphs. Those show general up and down trends over time. If you see a student slipping, you can intervene, you can get the student back on track before it's too late. But Google Sheets has way more tools than line graphs. You can make a wide array of other charts and graphs. And so this tutorial is going to show you some basics. So there are multiple ways to make charts and graphs, and I'll show you both of them. But let's say that I wanted to make a pie chart that displayed the distribution of genders in my class. Pie charts just provide a quick way to display the results from an entire class. So to do that, I would click on the column called Gender, and in the Insert menu, when I click on Chart, it knows to represent that as a pie chart. What's really nice about this is I could resize this into my spreadsheet. I can even click on these three vertical dots. I can edit the chart, I can make headers, I can save this as an image that I could then put into a document. I can copy this chart, which then allows me to paste it into a Google Doc, an email, even a slides presentation. So lots of different options here. Bar charts are also a way to display data. So if I decide that this data would be better displayed not as a pie chart, Google thinks it's the best way to display it. But if I did want to do a bar chart, it also gives me some options. And this is just a couple of visuals, but Google Sheets actually has other ways to customize your data. So you can see below, stacked bar, which can fit a lot of information in one space. All right, but another cool way to display your data, especially if you're new to Google Sheets, is just let Google Sheets do it for you. So I'm going to close this down, and let's say that I want to see if there's a correlation between how many absences there are and what their Q4 average would be. I'm going to highlight column E, hold down the Control key in the bottom left of my keyboard, highlight column I. And you'll see down toward the bottom of the screen, there's this nice feature. It also exists in Docs and Slides. It's called Explore. And I'm going to click on that. And Explore uses machine learning, and it will tell you things about your data that you might not have even thought of. And scrolling down here, it's already created a bunch of different visuals for me. Notice this one shows me the correlation. Basically, higher averages go with lower absences, which totally makes sense. And right from this menu, I can insert this chart into my document and then share that out. Another cool thing that you can do, besides kind of browse through, you can ask questions about your data. So I'm going to ask average absences. Like I see that Ferris Bueller has 37 absences. What's the average? I could do a formula, of course, but if I go average absences, it tells me that for the class, it is 7.4. And here's a related question. Top absence is 37. And there's a whole bunch of different questions you can put in. Average absences, they'll even ask the questions for you in here. So this is something fun to play around with, but when in doubt, make your data by highlighting the columns that you'd like to represent. You can even click multiple, and then you can click on the Explore tool and browse the options to display your data. Thanks for watching.